Hello, Aries. Let's see what the month of August in 2023 has in store for you. What can the cards tell us for Aries for August 2023? What do we have for you? So, since these readings are for the collective, you may not resonate with all of the parts, but take what does resonate with you and just leave the rest. All of the information is valid, but not all of it may apply to everyone. What is in store for Aries in August of 2023? Give it a really good shuffle. Suppose I could just keep talking through this part. Still learning, still figuring it out. What do we have for Aries? That's your card. So you're here. Cards are for you. The Emperor, card number 4, Major Arcana 4, is the card that represents Aries in the deck. Or the card for Aries in the deck. Fascinating. Okay. I'm going to cut and see what the cards have for you for this month. Or for the month of August, anyway. We have the 4 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the 6 of Wands, and Possibilities. He's got a lot of fire. Wands are represented or represent the fire element, and of course your Aries, and your Emperor card fell out for you. So you are clearly here present in this reading. Fantastic. Welcome. 4 of Wands has to do with stability, but celebration. Celebrating a marriage, celebrating success, celebrating life, and being present in that moment of celebration. So this is where you're kind of starting out in August from a place of celebration. Maybe you recently come from a celebration, or there's some event at the beginning of August that you're attending that's a celebration of something success, of a milestone in the life of someone, maybe even yourself. And then we come on to the 7 of Swords. A lot of times you may hear readers refer to this as a thievery thing. Typically what you see in the Rider-Waite is one person holding on to 5 swords and walking away and looking back at what he's left behind, the swords that are still there. It's like he's sneaking off in the night. I think of this more as you took only taking the thoughts and ideas that serve you and leaving behind the things that no longer serve you. Letting go of things that are not yours. Releasing things that no longer apply to your life today. So we can see here he's kind of defending the 5 swords he has in his little stash here. And there's 2 other swords out here that he cannot attain or cannot get out of the ground or cannot get. And you need to let them go because they no longer apply. Swords are an air element, and they're also about the mind, our thoughts, communication, our words. So there maybe have been some words or thoughts in the past that you were hanging on to that you thought applied to you, that you felt you needed to abide by, and that's no longer true. You're taking the parts that work for you, the things that give you positive reinforcement and that help you bring light to your life, and letting go of the things that no longer serve you. I know I've probably said that a couple times now, but it's important to push that through. If it doesn't serve you anymore, if it doesn't bring you joy or bring you up, if it doesn't lift you up, if it doesn't empower you, if it doesn't encourage you, then why are you holding on to it? Why do you keep dragging it along with you? Or why do you keep trying to drag it along with you when there's been so many signs, most likely, that it's time to let that go? So and don't feel guilty about letting that go. It's just time to do it. And it is okay to move on without them. It is okay to leave behind the things that no longer serve you. You need to take charge of your own life and the thoughts and ideas and things that empower you, that lift your life up, that help encourage you to move forward. Don't feel guilty about that. This is your path and no one else's. Remember that. And here, it looks like that's what you're doing here, though, too, as we go along on the reading. Ace of Wands. Ace is about inspiration, that first step in a new direction, that initiation, that, oh, this is a great idea, let's go. Oh, a brand new, let me open this door and see where it goes. That ultimate curiosity, that new path, that exciting new thing that's coming up. And because this is also, again, Wands, Wands have that fire, that initiation on top of it being an ace card. So there's really something new coming, really something exciting. Maybe this was like a graduation from college or some sort of big milestone in your life that happened. And you're having to leave some parts of that life behind because they no longer apply to you as you move forward into this new career, into this new endeavor, whatever this is that's brand new to you, but you're excited about and you cannot wait to get started. That's the energy we have for Aries. Typical Aries energy, right? And then the Six of Wands, again, still in the Wands, where we're enthusiastic and passionate. There's also a creative aspect to this. And the Six of Wands is typically where you may have others trying to take your time or trying to jostle you for like a king of the hill situation. You can see here she's on top of the rock. Her sword's laying there. There are other swords around her, and these birds are fluttering around and trying to get her attention and trying to distract her from it and maybe encourage her to come off of that high horse, to come off of that rock, to come off of her place where she can see what's going on around her and distract her. So this is you staying calm in spite of all the distractions around you, in spite of all the things that are going around you and trying to divert you from your path. You're staying strong. You're calm about it. You're not upset about it. It's sort of like you're that calm center in the chaos kind of feel, right? You're confident about where you're at. You understand where you're at, and no one is taking that from you, which is beautiful. It's kind of like being in a meditative state in spite of all when there's chaos all around you, but you're just in a meditative state. You're the one that ultimately they're going to be coming to help get some of that energy. And that might be another thing that some of you need to be aware of, is the energy vampires that might be around you and trying to suck some of that fire from you, right? So that they can take it for their own and you can feed their energy. Make sure you protect your own inner fire and don't let other people take that from you. And then we end here with possibilities, which is a bonus card in this tarot deck. And just look at all the possibilities here. We have a dragon, something that, in lore is something fierce, right? And eats all of these other animals that are here with them. But instead, we can see that they have a protective coil around a fox who is lying there peacefully with a rabbit and possibly some other rodents. Normally, a fox would be trying to get a rabbit. And we also have a squirrel up here, just resting, sitting on the wing of the dragon, and a crow checking things out too. And the dragon is just calm and peaceful. So imagine that kind of situation, the possibilities if everybody could just get along. I mean, who wouldn't wonder that? But it's opening you up because wands are also a creative energy. It feels overall that August itself is a very creative month, or a month of I think harvests are probably starting to happen. Things are starting, as far as crops go, starting to come up and being ready to be harvested. So it's that blossoming time, that burgeoning. I'm not sure the word, that it'll probably come to me right after this reading ends. But if you know the word, let me know. Things are coming up and ready to go. They're being created. Expectation is in the air. So expecting all the possibilities, anticipating a lot of the possibilities. This thing you're starting, this brand new path that you're going on, this new journey to, whether it's a new career, a new project of some sort, maybe, well, it's all wands though. So this it could be something that's a hobby. It could be you're starting your own business, right? It's a very entrepreneurial energy, if you will. And there are so many possibilities with the direction you're going and the knowledge that you have. Be open to all of them. Don't cross anything off the list just yet. Just keep taking in all the possibilities, and then you can do your research on them. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Swords. And don't get in your head about it. Like I said earlier, swords are about our thoughts, words, communication. And the Eight of Swords, we see them with the swords all around them, like caging them in a blindfold that's on fairly loosely. And then in this case, they have like a string of flowers around their wings. But their wings could break those very easily if they just chose to spread them. And they could easily fly out of there. And that blindfold isn't as tight as they think. So this is our self-imprisonment. This is us being caged in by our own anxiety, by our own doubt, our own fears. So just be aware that when these crop up, if these crop up, this won't happen for everybody, but if you start second guessing yourself, if you start doubting it, if that fear starts to creep in, just take a deep breath and know that it's just that. It's just something to work past. It's not true. It's all fiction. And you can pursue it and you can push past it. It'll be a little bit of this guilt that's popping in, where you'll feel like you yourself are caging her in. You'll almost have that knowledge. You know it's a self-defeating thing or a self-sabotaging habit. As long as you're aware of it and you can catch yourself when you're in it, and you will, you can work yourself out of it so that you can keep going and keep pursuing this dream that you have. Let's pull an oracle card. Let's see what oracle card we have for Aries in August of 2023. What do we have as an oracle card for August for Aries? What is there for Aries? Rescue. That's an interesting one. It almost feels, I want to say, rescuing yourself, right? What do we have here? A person up here in this cave. I think they're there by choice. And someone here who's looking out and on the lookout for them. So it's a question of, do you want to be rescued or not? And that might be where this doubt is in. And this is a self-rescue, right? This is, do you want to stay where you are, locked in this kind of thing, or do you want to push past it and move out to where all the possibilities are? Don't fear the possibilities. And rescue, yes. It's about self-rescue is what I'm feeling from this. About stepping out and not being afraid to take the opportunity to move on. Not being afraid to take off in that hot air balloon. Maybe some of you are even thinking literally of a hot air balloon ride. Go for it. It's about taking chances and trusting yourself. And trusting others who might be there to help you too along the way. As long as they're not trying to cast shade at you, it's worthwhile to take up their advice or to listen at least to their advice. So that they can help you move on from your old life to your new life. From this here where you're feeling maybe a little caged in. There we go. Where you're feeling caged in here and taking the opportunity when it comes to set yourself free. I like that very much. So overall, you're starting some new thing that you're really passionate about, that you really love. You're going to be seeing a lot of possibilities and a lot of options out there. You just got to push back any self-doubt and those little demons on the shoulders kind of thing as they come up. And trust in yourself, and go ahead and go for that ride. That's your reading for August of 2023. If you like this, please hit the like button. If you really, really like it and you want to see more in the future and you want to know when I post, please hit subscribe and notify. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll talk to you later.